Okay, so I've got a Google Sheets spreadsheet set up here. I just generated this myself. It's not from a form, but so you could do it with a sheet that you set up yourself, or you can do it with a sheet that came from a Google form. So if you do it through a Google form, obviously you're going to have the headings up here automatically entered, and if you request that it record their username, that will give you their email address, and so that's why I did this. I put username up here, so their email addresses would be there. You could also obviously just ask them for their email address, and they could type it in and it would work the same way. Okay, so we got a time and date stamp, which I just put the date for, first name, last name, their email address, and then their choice for like a meal they were going to order. Okay, so assuming you already went to the get add-ons link here and then added FormMule, it's going to show up like this. And the first time you run it, it might say enable FormMule on this spreadsheet or something like that. So it might look different the first time you use it. But anyway, eventually you'll launch it. It's going to get it set up here. So I'm just going to walk you through quickly how to do the mail merge part. Okay, so first select which sheet, and I just have one sheet here. So sheet 1. You have the choice of putting these triggers on there. Form trigger is when you set it up so that as a person completes the form, they get an automatic email sent to them. Time trigger just lets you set up a timer so you can send out emails at certain intervals or whatever. But we're going to leave both of those off for the mail merge. So we're going to move to next, templates, and send conditions. Okay, how many unique email templates do you want to use? You always start with 1. You can add more later, up to 15 it looks like. So I'll just leave that at 1. Template 1 is fine for the name. You can send for all rows, or you can pick certain conditions. And let's see, let me check something real quick. Yeah, so what I usually do is just to verify that we're getting something correct in here, especially if they're entering their own email address or something like that. You can say the send condition is if the username is all caps, not null. And where did I get that information? It's in there. It says set to null, not null, or any value. So you can test any cell for a particular value to make sure that that's there before you send it. Or you can just say send for all rows and not worry about it. Okay, so we'll save the template settings. Template 1 is going to be sent to all rows here. And then we're going to edit the template. You'll notice that it generated just now a new column. It says template 1 send status. After it sends the emails, it'll update that with whether it was a successful send and what time it was sent. Okay, so next I need to click on Edit Templates. And here is the message. So in the to field, you want to use the column information here to get their email address to go into the to field. So you just go down here to the tags that you can use and click on username. And so you get the double brackets here with username, and that means it's going to pull the cells from this column for each mail merge. The subject, you need to put something in here. And then the body, you can say dear, and then you can put in first name. Now, the way they wrote this is a little annoying. It inserts text and then the token. And I don't like that. So if you were to read this, send this out like that, it would say, dear first name Nate, or dear first name Sally. So delete the text first name and just put in the token here, or the tag. And that's how that would look. Have these choices for your meal on Saturday. And then here's where you might want to leave in the text. So choice 1. Choice 1. So it's going to say the text choice 1, and then it's going to say tacos. And then choice 2, and then choice 3. Okay, and then we'll say thank you. Whatever. Okay. So, whatever column headings you have up here, those will show up as your tags, and you can just plug them into the email. And so what I'm going to do next is hit the preview and send all, or I can just hit preview this. And you get to run through the sample. So, J. Smith, Dear Joe, tacos, chicken, Pepsi, thank you. You can move up through the rows and test them out. And even if you say preview and send all, it's not going to send them yet. It's going to generate the emails as one long list, but it doesn't send it until you tell it to go. So here is all the template one emails. I can scroll down the entire amount. Or I should be able to. Why is it not scrolling here? There we go. Okay, so we can go all the way down to my last one here. J. Adams, Dear John, hamburger, nothing, and water. Thank you. So that's it. And then, of course, you can send it, or you can go back to editing. And that's how it works. As soon as you do hit send, it will start filling up this column with the time and date that it sent it and whether or not it was successful. If there's errors, it will tell you it couldn't send it, and then you have to kind of troubleshoot and see what went wrong.